The clues of the best Mother Nature has to offer. Paddle away, swim and dive with friends and family in our amazing lakes and ocean. Explore the historic caves and wondrous gorges. Make and capture lifelong memories. Let loose and breathe the fresh air. This holiday season, shikisha oars in Kenya Pass.
Huyu ni mume wangu, John Dennis. Yeye na mimi tulihusika katika ajali ya barabarani. Ninachokumbuka ni kusikia breki na mgongano. Mume wangu alikuwa kwenye sakafu ya matatu, huku mkono mmoja ukining'inia kwenye kiti kimoja na alikuwa amepoteza fahamu. Hivyo nilijaribu kumuita na kumgonga mpaka akazinduka. Basi alipoamka, aliniambia sisikii miguu yangu. Daktari Okanga aliingia na kutukusanya chumbani na akatuambia Dennis hataweza kutembea tena. Ilinivunja moyo kwa sababu amekuwa mume wangu kwa miaka kama 12. Kisaikolojia siko sawa. Nafanyiwa ushauri. Kuwa mlezi mkuu si rahisi. Punguza mwendo. Mwendo kasi unaua.
Well, it is exactly at the top of the hour. Welcome to our Christmas edition of a Primetime Edition. Tell us where you're watching us from this evening, from wherever you're watching us from. That is at KBC Channel 1 and at Abdiaziz Hashim 2 on X. But first things first, here are our top stories this evening. Ushering Christmas in style. Joy all around as Christians mark the birth of Jesus Christ. The spirit of Christmas. See how parents welcomed their newborns and how others found joy in giving to those who need it most.
That person be arrested in daylight, brought to the court of law, and whatever wrong will be established, and the person will be arraigned according to what they have done, not according to what we don't know.
Gone were those days when they used to arrest you and take you to Nyayo House. But this time you're being taken to Nyayo House, which is a government institution. These days you're being taken to unknown places. We don't know, we don't want this kind of primitive things to happen in our country.
And we want them back. Pressure mounts on the government to provide the whereabouts of those abducted. Well, good evening once more and welcome to our broadcast. I'm standing in for our colleagues John Jacob Kuria and that is Doreen Arange. And we start off with the head of state where President William Ruto has urged Kenyans to exercise caution and discipline during the festive season, emphasizing the importance of moderation to avoid tragic consequences.
Speaking at a Christmas church service in all PCI in Narok County, Ruto acknowledged that Christmas is a time of celebration but warned that overindulgence can lead to accidents, injuries and loss of life.
Wananchi wa taifa letu la Kenya, wakati huu wa Krismasi, tujue ya kwamba Krismasi ni wakati wa sherehe, ni wakati wa furaha, lakini pia tufanye yale yote tunayofanya kwa kiasi.
President Ruto further called on parents to take an active role in guiding their children during this period, urging families to ensure that young people are protected from the dangers of drug and substance abuse, which often increase during the holiday season.
The future of our nation is dependent on a strong foundation for our children. And the future of a strong nation is dependent on strong families and strong societies.
His remarks come amid a surge in travel and festivities over the Christmas period, often accompanied by a rise in road accidents and substance misuse.
Elsewhere, the National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula says that the simmering differences between the political class and the church are not good for peace and prosperity of the country. Speaking at a church service in Bungoma, Wetangula noted that the state and the church serve the same people and should therefore work together in harmony. Giverson Minor with that report.
As the country and the world at large marked Christmas Wednesday, Speaker of the National Assembly Moses Wetangula joined other leaders in a church service at St. Kizito Catholic Kabuchai in Bungoma County. Wetangula using the platform to call for reconciliation between the church and the political class.
Kanisa na serikali are partners. Na mimi nataka kuomba viongozi wote wa kisiasa na wa kanisa ya kwamba tusilumbane, because what the church does and what the government does is all geared towards improving the lives of the people of this country.
The speaker insisted the perceived rivalry between the secular leadership and the religious community will only lead to more divisions.
We have no competition between the secular leadership and the church leadership, because we all are concerned about making sure watu wanaishi maisha mzuri.
The government ally leaders also drummed up support for the Social Health Insurance Fund, urging the public to shun critics.
Na mimi nataka kuambia wananchi na hao wabunge wetu, nyenye ndio mlipitisha hii sheria. Muache kuhadaa wananchi kwenda kusema sijui ni sha, ni shi, ni she. Nyenye ndio mlipitisha sheria. Mueleze wananchi umuhimu ya ile sheria mlipitisha.
Speaking separately in Kitale, Trans Nzoia County, DAP party leader Eugene Wamalwa and Governor Judge Natembeya said Kenyans across the country were going through difficult economic times caused by uninformed tax policy.
Any Kenyan who has a pay slip in Kenya today has become an endangered species. With the housing levy 1.5%, the SHA 2.75%. When you add other taxes, almost 50% of the pay slip is going to Zakai.
Giverson Minor, Prime Edition.
And now to the pulpit, where calls for unity, upholding good morals and preaching peace dominated church sermons across the country as Christian faithfuls gathered to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. Religious leaders in their sermons faulted a section of the political class for sowing tribal animosity and seeking to drive a wedge among Kenyans. Our reporter Abdiaziz brings us the details of the church sermons amid calls for Kenyans to emulate Christ.
At All Saints Cathedral Church in Nairobi, hundreds of Christian faithful congregated to mark Christmas Day, which symbolizes the birth of Jesus Christ. Dressed elegantly, the congregants were singing melodiously. Leading the sermon was Anglican Archbishop Jackson Olesapit, who faulted a section of the political class for sowing seeds of division among Kenyans.
And this is our call to the whole nation for unity. Unity of purpose, that we are part of the same humanity God came to create. We are part of the same maker. And irrespective of the tribe and the communities we speak, the languages we speak, we are drawn into the light of Christ that has no boundaries.
Olesapit challenged them to instead emulate Christ and live by the fruits of the Holy Spirit, among them love, joy, peace, and kindness.
We also want to call upon ourselves and our conversation in Kenya. Let us have responsive conversation, not demeaning anybody, not abusive language. Let us communicate responsibly.
The script was repeated at the Holy Family Basilica. Archbishop Philip Anyolo led the sermons, calling for renewed hope in the new year.
All people in our hospitals, in different areas of difficulties and challenges, families, we wish them God's blessings that will bear fruit in the coming year.
Congregants on their part expressed varied views on this year's Christmas feast.
Kama mimi binafsi sijaweza kusaidia hata mtu wowote kwa Christmas kwa sababu kipato changu kilienda chini sana. Nashukuru tu Mwenyezi Mungu juu niko hai.
There is less noise and probably the fanfare is not as pronounced as it previously was.
And in Kakamega County, the church sermon focused on family values and the need to nurture children to be morally upright. The bishop condemned the recent cases of femicide, urging parents to ensure they bring up their children in the ways of the Lord.
Hii mambo ya LGBTQ, no, hakuna kitu. Mungu hakuongeza, alituachia familia vile ilivyo.
Today being Christmas Day, the main message for majority of Kenyans is spreading the love for Christmas, with others advocating sharing with the less unfortunate. Abdiaziz reporting for Channel 1 News from Holy Basilica, Nairobi.
And now further afield, where Pope Francis has called on people to embrace courage and hope, drawing inspiration from the humble birth of Jesus as a poor carpenter's son. Speaking to the global Roman Catholic community at the St. Peter's Basilica, the pontiff emphasized that the story of Christ serves as a reminder that everyone has the power to make a difference in the world.
In a sermon focused on the pontiff said hope is a summons not to tarry, to be kept back by old habits, or to wallow in mediocrity or laziness. Hope calls us to become pilgrims in search of truth, dreamers who never tire, women and men open to becoming challenged by God's dream of a new world where peace and justice reign. Francis oversaw the opening of a special bronze-panelled holy door at St. Peter's, which is only opened every 25 years to celebrate the Jubilee year. At the Papal Mass, the Pope also repeated an earlier call for developed nations to use the Jubilee to reduce the debt burden faced by low-income countries. And the Archbishop of York, who will effectively take over as leader of the Church of England next month, has called for a change in his Christmas sermon. Stephen Cottrell delivered his remarks as the church faces criticism over failures in its handling of various abuse scandals. At York Minster on Christmas morning, he talked of the need not just to talk about justice and love, but to walk the talk.
God isn't just speaking to us about love. God is showing us.
Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, resigned last month after he was criticised for not doing enough to stop a prolific abuser. Cottrell, set to take over many of the church's leadership duties on the 6th of January when Welby leaves his position, has faced calls to step down. Maria Ambo reporting for the Prime Edition.
Your sins, confirm and strengthen.
Now from the Pope's message, we're taking our first breather here on our Christmas edition of Prime Edition. Don't go too far, we still have more for you on the other side.
Christmas this aí, ishafika. Christmas this aí, ishafika. Na ni kubwa kubwa. Kweli? Hii Kristi ni bomba na Blue Santa kupitia star 570 hash option 1. Rudia. Star 570 hash option 1. Iko PlayStation 5 na 55 inch TV na iko 500,000 Kenyan shillings. Na mbuzi moja? Na mbuzi. 1 million Kenyan shillings na Samsung S24 Ultra. Na mbuzi moja? Iko 2 million Kenyan shillings na iPhone 16 Pro Max. Na mbuzi mbili. Blue Santa amekuja na zawadi kibao. Nani kubwa kubwa? Hapa kuna ndogo ndogo. Hapa Christmas ni bomba.
This festive season, let the joy of togetherness fill your hearts and homes. Celebrate responsibly and make memories that last a lifetime. Choose activities that bring happiness and health. Avoid alcohol and drugs in this festive season. We're working together to ensure everyone's safety. Report illegal alcohol and drug activities in your area. This festive season, let's protect what matters most, our lives and those we love. Celebrate responsibly.
Napenda kutumia nafasi hii baada ya kuzungumza nawe kuwatakia Wakenya wote heri na fanaka za Krismasi, na pia tunawatakia mwaka mwema wa 2025, mwaka ambao utakuwa na umaarufu mwingi kwao na kwa jamii zao. Asante sana.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now to more stories where pressure persists for the government to give answers on the alleged abduction of the youth across parts of the country. The clergy, politicians and a section of the youth are the latest to join in the fray of those calling for speedy investigations into the incidences. SCK Archbishop Jackson Olesepit, Catholic Archbishop Martin Kivuva used the pulpit on Wednesday to condemn the cases of abduction. This as a section of youth attending a church service at the Holy Family Basilica Church waved placards protesting the continued disappearances of their fellow youths. At the Holy Family Basilica, where faithfuls gathered in their numbers for the Christmas service. A section of youth armed with placards joined in the fray of voices of those condemning the recent abduction of the youth in Embu, Nairobi and Kajiado.
But wherever they are, and you can see their names, Bernard, Peter Muteti, Bernard Kavuli, Billy Mwangi, and Gabriel Supiet. We pray that wherever they are safe, and that those that are holding them will bring them back safe.
If you guys feel like those people you have abducted have done anything illegal, then in accordance with the Constitution, kindly present them to the court of law.
ACK Archbishop Jackson Olesapit while leading a Christmas service at the All Saints Cathedral here in the capital. Called out relevant agencies such as the National Police Service and the DCI for what he termed as laxity in addressing these incidents.
We also want to call a stop to the abductions that we are seeing. These are acts of darkness. These are not acts of the light. Let that person be arrested in daylight, brought to the court of law.
A concern that was shared by Archbishop Martin Kivuva of the Mombasa Holy Ghost Cathedral. Kivuva condemned the ever-increasing abduction of youths, saying it is taking the country back to the pre-independence days.
Au kama yeyote yule anayenisikiliza wakati huu, it is bringing us back many years before independence. Na haya hata tusaidia, hata kujenga confidence ya vijana wetu wa kesho.
Some of the incidences that have been reported so far is that of the alleged abduction of a 24-year-old Billy Mwangi, whose whereabouts remain unknown. Mwangi is alleged to have been forcibly taken from a barbershop on Saturday by 4 armed men.
If, in a way, he is produced when he is harmed or he is not alive, we are going to stop everything in Embu.
A similar incident was witnessed in Kajiado County, where Bernard Kavuli was abducted in Gong Town. The incident, which was captured on CCTV, has caught the attention of the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA, that it is looking into the 3 separate incidences recorded in Embu, Kajiado, and Nairobi. Finally, Kenya's AUC chair candidate Raila Amolo Odinga has condemned the abductions.
Gone were those days when they used to arrest you and take you to Nyayo House. But this then you're being taken to Nyayo House, which is a government institution. These days you're being taken to unknown places. We don't want these kind of primitive things to happen in our country.
And in other news, Kenyans took to public spaces on Wednesday to bond and celebrate Christmas. Nairobi's Uhuru Park was filled as families took to the much-needed break to engage in outdoor activities. Our reporter Christine Matunda spent the better part of the day at the newly renovated park and sought the views of Kenyans on how to get the best out of the festive season.
In the Christmas spirit, thousands flocked to Uhuru Park in Nairobi County to celebrate their Christmas in style. The majority of the attendees were children accompanied by their parents. They engaged in different fun activities such as boat, horse and camel riding, among others. The festive mood was very much alive, with merrymakers expressing their happiness and stating what they had planned for this special day.
We celebrate vizuri na kujionea Uhuru Park, and I'm very nimefurahia kuona vitu mingi hapa Uhuru Park.
Kwa hapa tumefurahia sana, watoto wamefurahia, pia mimi nimefurahi sana.
Some of those who spoke to KBC, however, expressed concerns about the high cost of living, with many feeling saddened by the failure to travel up country to celebrate Christmas with extended family.
Years before tulikuwa tunaenda nyumbani, but sasa sisi kama wanaume kadhaa tunatuma familia nyumbani, sisi wenyewe tunabaki Nairobi because of the economy, na vitu zimeshoot, mafuta ya kupika, mchele. We hope future Christmas zitakuwa mzuri na vitu zitashuka chini, we enjoy with our families back home.
While some were missing home, others were busy cashing in on the numbers at Uhuru Park.
Mimi kwangu ni sikukuu, lakini bado naifanya kama siku yangu ya kazi. Mimi siku za sherehe kwa watu ni kwangu kazi. Afurahia watu wakuja kisherehekea, bado wananipatia kazi shilingi 2-3 tunapata pata. Kama bei tumepandisha kidogo kuliko last time. Kwa lepsha 100, sasa hivi lepsha 200. Kila kitu kimepanda sasa hivi.
Parents were encouraged to spend wisely and set aside funds for the upcoming academic year.
Hii mula imekuwa muda mrefu sana. Waangalia watoto, wakuwe karibu na watoto, na tena wasisherekee zaidi, wakumbuke tena Januari shule inafunguliwa, ili wajiandaa wanaposherekea tena Christmas, washerekee na wakijua ya kwamba Januari ni siku ya kufungua shule.
Despite the challenges faced this year, the celebrants here remain hopeful that 2025 will bring better prospects. Wishing everyone a Merry Christmas and joyful festivities. For KBC Channel 1, I'm Christine Matunda.
Thank you, Christine, for that particular story. Now, in a heartwarming display of generosity this Christmas season, over 200 widows at Barut in Nakuru West received food supplies from well-wishers. The charitable initiative was led by philanthropist John Yegon, who sought to bring joy to vulnerable families, underscoring the need of community support in lifting up those in need in society. Here are the details of the kind gestures by Kenyans in the spirit of Christmas.
As calls for kindness and sharing grow during the Christmas festivities, smiles on the faces of the less fortunate in the society are evident. At Karioko in Nairobi, artists shared in the spirit of Christmas with over 200 street families.
Tumesherehekea sikukuu njema ya 25. Hatujaona sikukuu nyingine kama hii.
Tumekula chapo, maragwe na soda na mdengu pia. Tumeshiba.
Huyo mama abarikiwe ni Mungu zaidi, kwa sababu ni sikukuu ametupea na roho mzuri.
Na nafurahi sana nikiona wana smile, wanafurahia, wameshiba. Hiyo inakuwa pia furaha yangu.
In Busia town, the clergy from Deliverance Church donated food to street families.
Ningependa tu kusema ya kwamba kama jamii Kenya, nje ya Kenya, tuweze kuwakumbuka wale ambao ni wanyonge.
Wametusaidia kutupatia nguo na mkate na maziwa.
Ni vizuri kwa sababu tunajua Krismasi, sherehe ya Christmas ni wakati wa kufurahia.
A few kilometers away at the Corinda prisons, food was in plenty, both physical and spiritual, courtesy of the Anglican Church Nambale Diocese.
Na ni vizuri pia wao wajihisi ya kwamba wako pamoja na wale ambao wako kule nje kusherehekea Krismasi. So hawa ni watoto wetu. Na ni pia tumetimiza tu lile ambalo Kristo alisema katika Mathayo mlango wa 25 ya kwamba nilikuwa kifungoni hamkunitembelea.
Wafungwa pia sasa wanajisikia ni kama wako nyumbani, kwa sababu watakula chakula ambao huwa wakuli. Hapa kila mara wanakula chakula aina moja.
In Baringo North, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen visited officers at Ngaratuko camp in the banditry-prone area to deliver a Christmas message.
We are committed to make sure that the work that is going on in this region is done into its conclusion to the level where citizens will accept to live together in peace without really having to bother the rest of you to live in this very area, so that the law and order is going to be restored.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
And in Kakamega County, new mothers and the sick at the Kakamega Referral Hospital received a surprise visit by the county woman member of parliament Elsie Muhanda and a group of female journalists.
Tumepigana sana ya kwamba tunataka mortality rate, vifo ya kina mama iende chini. Na tungependa pia hata kama hawana pesa, wako na right yao ya kuzaa, wako na right ya medical services.
They urge the public to register with a new health scheme.
Happy New Year.
Now to more heartwarming stories where the magic of Christmas Day came alive in the early hours of Christmas Day at Pumwani Maternity Hospital in Nairobi County. 5 little bundles of joy made their entrance into the world, wrapping up the year for these families with the most precious gift, the gift of new life. Joseph Ohungu was at the hospital and captures the moment of the Christmas blessings for these families that came wrapped in the softest of blankets.
Za saa sita dakika sita nashukuru kwa hiyo, yani lazima ufurahie. Nimefurahia na hiyo.
Wednesday, December 25th, 2024 was a Christmas like no other for Shamima Kinyi. She was one of the 5 women at Pumwani Maternity Hospital who received the ultimate Christmas gift, the birth of a child coinciding with the birth of Jesus Christ.
Ataitwa tu Shania, yani tuseme Shania. Just like a mom. Yeah. Nilipenda sana, nilisema yani nilisema kama ni Dev nitamwanzisha hiyo jina.
It was similarly a miracle night for Mariam Yahya. She too joined the growing list of mothers as the cries of a newborn pierced through the silence of the night, signaling the child's entry into the world.
Nafurahi. Nilikuwa nimejifungua saa 6 na dakika 2 hivi. Saizi niko sawa, niko na furaha.
Speaking to KBC, Simon Otieno, the labor ward nurse, confirmed that a total of 5 babies were born through a mix of cesarean and natural births.
From midnight up to now, we have 5 babies. Labor ward, we have 3, which are all girls. There are 2 mothers who went for cesarean section. They already delivered. They have boys.
Otieno shared that the team had worked hard not only to deliver babies but also deliver joy to parents through safe and smooth births.
We have had this opportunity to conduct deliveries at the same time that Jesus was born. So we are celebrating Christmas by helping mothers bring babies to this world.
Mimi mke wangu nilimleta hapa hajakaa 1 hour, and I want to thank all the staff ya Pumwani Maternity. They are really incredible staff.
As the world marks Christmas Day, the magic of the season will forever remain etched in the minds and hearts of these 5 families. Joseph Ohungu for Prime Edition.
And now with that heartwarming story from Pumwani Maternity Hospital, we need to take another breather. But don't go too far, we still have more for you, especially in the world of sports that will be presented by none other than Daniel Wahome. So don't go too far.
Star 570 hash. Option 1 kuna PS5 na ni full package na inakuja na JBL Party Box. Your boom experience pia iko.
And I were involved in a road traffic accident. All I remember is hearing brakes and a crash. My husband was on the floor of the matatu with one hand hanging to one seat, and he was unconscious. So I tried calling him and hitting him until...
Friday night again. Greetings in the name of the Most High, Jah Rastafari. My good name is Marley Moses, the positive warrior, alongside...
Yes, sir, DJ D-Rage, the baddest, each and every Wednesday from...
Star 570 hash. Option 1 kuna PS5 na ni full package na inakuja na JBL Party Box. hiyo boom experience pia iko.
And I were involved in a road traffic accident. All I remember is hearing brakes and a crash. My husband was on the floor of the matatu with one hand hanging to one seat, and he was unconscious. So I tried calling him and hitting him until he woke up. So when he woke up, he told me, I can't feel my legs. The doctor came in, Dr. Okanga, and he told us Dennis will never be able to walk again. It broke me because he's been my husband for what, 12 years. Psychologically, I am not fine. I'm doing counseling. Being a primary caregiver is not easy.
Slow down. Speeding ruins lives.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now to the coast, where international and local revelers at the port city of Mombasa County ushered in Christmas in style, with hoteliers setting up dinner along the beaches. The guests were treated to an array of cuisines and entertainment that kept them occupied and enjoying the night away. Ann Buru with the details.
Food and the joy of Christmas. Mombasa offered the perfect combination for those who sought a fine night out. It was all joy, a mood that blended perfectly with Christmas decorations and fine tunes. According to the sales and marketing manager Caroline Kurumei, they set up the dinner to appreciate their clients and entertain them while giving them a relaxing environment after a whole year of hard work.
The hotel is celebrating the Christmas Eve, a season where they come together as family to celebrate together. So we did set up the venue with the theme of togetherness and celebration.
Most of the hotel guests were return clients, and she attributed it to the hotel's passion to serve and improve their services and hospitality.
We have clients who've been visiting us for the past four years in a row. So we really appreciate that. It means we are doing something right at Travelers Beach Hotel. So it keeps getting better. We ensure we keep improving the client demand.
Here at the North Coast, it's not the first time. It's 8 times, and in Kenya, I think more than 30 times. Yes, of course. It's becoming a second home for me.
The guests exuded their satisfaction to the hospitality offered to them as they ushered in Christmas Day in style.
Well, I came to enjoy my Christmas, and I'm enjoying everything from the environment, from the people we have met, the way the staff are treating us, even the animation team, and the music, and basically I'm enjoying everything.
From Mombasa County, I am Ann Buru.
The message of peace, love and care for one another dominated the sermons on Christmas Eve to mark the birth of Jesus Christ. At All Saints Cathedral, the Archbishop of the Anglican Church of Kenya, Jackson Ole Sapit, spoke about a peace that comes with completeness, wholeness and harmony within oneself, with God and with creation. The entertainment joints were also the destination of choice for some in the Christmas celebration. Here's Tilio Marco with the details.
Christians in the country joined their counterparts around the world in keeping vigil on the eve of Christmas to mark the birth of Jesus Christ. The message of peace, love and care for one another rang across the churches. The Anglican Church of Kenya Bishop Jackson Ole Sapit, in his sermon at the All Saints Cathedral in Nairobi, emphasized the message of peace, genuine love and caring for one another, a message that was echoed at the Holy Family Basilica.
Living in harmonious relationships with everyone else, including the environment, living peaceable, and be an instrument of peace to those who have no peace. when we share the peace of God, that normally what we do during Holy Communion, offering one another sign of peace, it should not be a mechanical expression or utterance of words. It should be an inner sharing of peace characterized by genuine love and caring for one another.
Because this is the time of peace, time of sharing, time of caring. These are the virtues that we should embrace and inculcate in our lives, especially at this time.
While some chose to spend the night in church, others were making merry. Revelers thronged various entertainment joints to welcome the holiday.
These are not bad, although we have not met our projections today, for instance. I think because so many people have traveled up country, but we are waiting for them when they come back.
Some argue that celebrating the birth of Messiah calls for a toast with one's favorite drink, whether it is wine or water. Tilio Marco for Prime Editions.
Now to other stories now. Aside from Christmas festivities, authorities in Migori County have been scouring through the debris of a collapsed building in Rongo town to ensure no one is trapped beneath the rubble. The building, which was under construction, collapsed early in the day. Rongo Sub-County Police Commander Salim Fundi says the report he has from the site engineer is that no workers were in the vicinity during the collapse, but will issue more updates as rescue operations continues, even as authorities try to unravel circumstances that led to the collapse.
Tulipata habari kuna nyumba iliyoporomoka karibu na Westwood pale Rongo, na tukakimbia hapo tukaiona ukweli nyumba iliporomoka, lakini hatuwezi sema nini ilifanya hiyo nyumba ianguke chini, but wenye walikuwa hapo ndani tumepata habari eti soja ndiye alikuwa soja mmoja na amekimbishwa hospitali.
We are still ongoing with the works, excavation works, so to ensure that can be dissuaded, so that we're sure nobody else is in that trouble.
Nilikuwa nasikia kama ina crack kwa sound. Sasa nika sense. Then nikatoka nje hiyo gorofa nikatoka nini kwa barabara.
And now a quick update when it comes to security matters across the country. Christmas Day dawned with no major security incidences reported across the country. The highways were mainly deserted as Kenyans retreated to their houses and entertainment spots to spend time with their family and friends. The National Police Service say they have heightened surveillance in the country as well as the border points, urging Kenyans to exercise vigilance and observe traffic regulations.
Day. A multi-agency team led by the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Gilbert Masengeli, was along the Nairobi-Namanga Highway patrolling various parts of the country to keep the peace.
Namwambia endelee na moyo kama hiyo. Na sisi kama wakazi wa Bisil tutajitolea kusupport serikali. Kwa sababu tumeona anafanya kazi mzuri, anatembea kwa barabara, anasaidia magari, anatembea kama mwananchi ya kaida.
Barabara kutoka Namanga mpaka Nairobi, huko tuko salama, hakuna shida hii barabara.
Masengeli, speaking exclusively to KBC, said little security incidences had been reported across the country, calling on Kenyans to remain vigilant and ensure they observe discipline on the roads to avoid accidents during the holidays.
The message to the drivers and the truck drivers, also the passenger drivers, to ensure that they do not take alcohol while driving. Do not drive under influence at all times. Do not overtake recklessly. Just observe traffic rules as regulation and rule of law is.
Kila wakati ndio barabara isikuwe na hizo accident, ndio usalama wa watu ikuwe sawa.
He urged those who travelled up country and those who opted to remain in the city for the festivities to celebrate responsibly and maintain law and order. Additionally, Masengeli revealed they had enhanced security along the borders of Kenya, Somalia during this festive season and after.
the situation is calm because of the multi-agency approach that we've done with the securing our borders. All the security agencies are on high alert and ensure that the Kenya-Somalia border, the Kenya-Ethiopia border, the Kenya-Uganda border are all secured and are safe. As we talk today, we want to assure you that the officers are out there on patrol and ensuring that everything is calm.
Compared to the last year.
He appealed to Kenyans to work with security agencies to keep the peace during the festivities.
And with that security update across the country from the National Police Service, that concludes our current affairs segment. Don't go too far. We're taking a short breather. When we come back, Daniel Wahome is up next with what is happening in the world of sports.
Christmas ni sahi ishafika na ni kubwa kubwa. Kweli? Hii Kristi ni bomba na Blue Santa kupitia star 570 hash option 1. Rudia. Star 570 hash option 1. Iko PlayStation 5 na 55 inch TV na iko 500,000 Kenyan shillings. Nambuzi moja? Nambuzi. 1 million Kenyan shillings na Samsung S24 Ultra. Nambuzi moja? Iko 2 million Kenyan shillings na iPhone 16 Pro Max. Nambuzi mbili? Blue Santa amekuja na zawadi kibao. Nani kubwa kubwa? Hapa kuna ndogo ndogo. Hapa Christmas ni bomba.
My name is Deborah Mlongo Barasa, CS for Health, and what I'd like to tell Kenyans is Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Let us remember, do not drink and drive because there are higher chances of getting road traffic accidents, especially during this festive season. I am also encouraging you to register. Afya yangu, jukumu langu, tujisajili.
Greetings in the name of the Most High Jah Rastafari. My good name is Marley Moses, the Positive Warrior, alongside...
Yes, sir, DJ D-Rage, the baddest. Each and every Wednesday from 10 p.m. on KBC Channel 1 TV.
Tunakuletea the biggest reggae party in 254 in a yard extra. Extra niceness of reggae music.
Extra dose of entertainment.
When the thing is nice, we have
to do it twice.
The KBC Sport Desk. My name is Daniel Wahome. Now, Francis Kimanzi has been named as the interim coach of the national soccer team Harambee Stars as they prepare for the Mampit Music Cup that is scheduled to take place from the 3rd to the 13th of January 2025 in Zanzibar. The provisional squad has been named ahead of the 11-day tournament, which is part of the national soccer team's preparations for next year's African Nations Championship CHAN. The squad, which consists of a mix of experienced and emerging talents, includes strikers Ryan Ogam of Tusker FC, Francis Kahero of KCB FC, and Beja Nyamwai of Bandari. Midfielders Marvin Nabwire of Kenya Police, Boniface Moshiri of Ulinzi Stars, defenders Alfonso Mijo of Gor Mahia, Baron Luchieng of Sofapaka, and Ronald Sichenja of AFC Leopards. And goalkeepers Sebastian Wekesa of Kariobangi Sharks, among others. The team will report to camp on Saturday. Now, Kenya will be represented by 5 volleyball clubs, 3 women's and 2 men's teams at the CAVB Zone 5 Club Championship set for February next year at the Lugogo Indoor Stadium in Uganda. As host nation, Uganda will field 8 teams in the tournament set for the 16th to the 22nd of February next year.
Kenya Pipeline will be defending their title in the championship, where they will be joined by the National League champions KCB and Kenya Prisons, who will also field their men's team. KPA will also contest the men's title held by Rwanda Police. The Kenyan teams are scheduled to resume training next week in preparation for the championship. Uganda was named the host country for the tournament, scheduled to take place from 16th to 22nd of February next year. As the host nation, Uganda will field 8 clubs comprising 4 men and 4 women teams, who include, among others, Sport S, Nemo Stars, Nkumba and Deje.
Now, more than 200 local athletes from Baringo County are expected to compete in the Baringo County Cross Country Championship set for the 11th of January next year at Sinonin Primary School. The Cross Country Championship, which will not only be limited to athletes from Baringo, has been organized to gauge the ability of athletes from the region ahead of the busy 2025 athletic schedule. The one-day event, which will be graced by P4 Elder Maravin Musa Sirma, will reward the best athletes from Baringo, while the best guest athletes will be incorporated into the Baringo County team. Now, as happens during the Christmas season, the English Premier League will resume tomorrow with 8 matches on the cards on Boxing Day, with champions Manchester City taking on Everton as league leaders Liverpool host Leicester City.
It's about us. It's about not just one player. So when in the past we scored goals and Evan was so prolific in helping us, it's because of the team. And when you have problems at back, in the middle, and the others, for everyone, it's a team. It's not about one player. It will be easy, more than ever. So all the tendency, because we don't run, because we don't fight, the reason why is this one, this situation, or this player, or this manager, or this. It's not about that. It's many little details or big details that make all together not as good as we were.
City is in the 6th place with 27 points and 12 points behind league leaders Liverpool.
So Daniel Mwendo and Barclay Feather will be on the beat for tomorrow's Boxing Day games in the English Premier League. Can we see a build-up from what we've been told in a story tonight? We shall find out. There will be here tomorrow night. And I want to wish you a Christmas Day evening. I hope you've had a great day. For me, it's been all about work, but be blessed and see you tomorrow evening. Back to you, Hashim.
Well, thank you so much, Daniel Wahome, for keeping us abreast on what will happening on Boxing Day. Especially, I'm keeping an eye on the English Premier League. You do know that our fellow colleagues who are currently in the gallery directing this particular news, most of them are Manchester United, Chelsea, as well as Liverpool fans. We're waiting to see what will happen tomorrow evening. That concludes our bulletin this evening. Do join us in our subsequent bulletins for the rest of this particular week. My name is Abdiaziz Hashim, the sign language interpreter. At the bottom end of the screen is Byron Abuli. Good evening for now. Enjoy responsibly.
The holiday season is here again.
Surprise! Bella Christmas!
It's family time.
Hey! So I'm making more money.
It's a season to be jolly, and so grab a seat, relax as your favorite Christmas hosts line up to indulge you this year.
You want some of me?
We got Mr. Claus, the famous Father Christmas. We've got the elves and the reindeers. There's lots of foods and drinks to go round. Great music for the soul.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a jaculé.
It's unbeatable, it's joyous, it's Christmas on KBC Channel 1.
The young generation awakens on Y254, the leading youth TV station in Kenya. We treat you to current affairs, entrepreneurship, health, and human interest conversations.
It's art, it's culture.
Movies, gossip and trends, sports, drama.
We bring you a vibe like no other, straight to your living room.
To keep you informed, inspired, entertained, and most of all, refreshed. We are such a vibe. Y254. Imagine.
Ulipatikana umebeba nyama kwa njia isiyofaa. Ulikuwa hujabeba nyama umetia ndani ya gambut.
Sasa sapana mheshimiwa. You see me when putting the meat in the gambut. Did you see me?
Ana socks na ukiona mtu anakuwa white kwa miguu, huyo mtu si rafiki ya maji.
How did you determine to know the meat is sick?
Hata mimi nakumbuka ile bicha aliona ndani ya hiyo mguu.
Bicha gani?
Mheshimiwa ile ya Rabbi.
Mheshimiwa utapishana na mimi, hiyo factory ifungwe.
Wewe ndio mwenye kutoa amri.
So, Ronnie here happens to be Alice's man. It was a pleasure, Ronald.
Same here, Susan.
Wewe.
Unless one of us gives him a hint.
Nick is too busy.
As long as mtoto wake ako safe, Nick will play ball. I'm in the middle of something.
Well, you don't have to be so cold.
I picked up your cold, didn't I?
So you haven't told him anything?
Kaikara nataka kichwa yangu.
Just give me 2 days max, na utakuwa na pesa zako.
Na ikipita, ujue Kaikara atajua story kuhusu mama yako. Umesikia?
You and Jugunas are all the same. Then you want to tell me that Kaikara is the villain? The bad one here? The devil? Your mother is barbaric.
Adimi naisikia mbaya.
Lucky, right?
Relax.
And we want to talk about the spirit of giving, or rather the spirit of generosity.
When you talk about the spirit of giving, we say that is a way that we show our love to God and show our reliance on God's supply. But again, also we say that our work show our establishment of God's kingdom.
It is more blessed to give than to receive. It is the hand that is stretched to give that receives, and it's more blessed.
This festive season, let the joy of togetherness fill your hearts and homes. Celebrate responsibly. Report illegal alcohol and drug activities in your area. This festive season, let's protect what matters most, our lives and those we love. Celebrate responsibly.
I want to appreciate every Kenyan who has been good to each other. I want to appreciate every other person, and I want to ask each one of you to continue spreading love, kindness. And this holiday, I want to ask each one of you to remember to wash their hands. Remember to handle your food with the highest hygiene levels. And remember to register to the Social Health Authority. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous Happy New Year of screening, diagnostics, and ensuring that we take care of our health.
You are in the mix with DJ D-Rich.
The stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining till He appeared, and the soul felt its worth.
Blessed love of doing seems from Augustown, representing for crime-free Christmas. I can think of a million ways that life can change, a million reasons why a man can go insane. So mother, tell your children to keep a smile on their faces as they journey along life's way. Better tomorrow, 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 better tomorrow, 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 better days will come one day, and when it comes, it's here to stay. Better tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Broken pieces of a man who wants to talk. Broken portrait like a shadow on the wall. Pick up the pieces, pick up the pieces. For the show is never done till the final song's been sung. Better tomorrow, 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 better tomorrow. Tomorrow, tomorrow, better days will come one day, and when it comes, it's here to stay. Better tomorrow, oh tomorrow, tomorrow will be beautiful. It will be beautiful. Remember, whatever your circumstances are in life, we can always rise above it, you know what I mean? It just takes some hard work. But remember this, guns and gangs is never the way to go. So let's keep it real for a better tomorrow. That's what I say. God bless.